So, good afternoon YouTube. It's roughly 3:30 in the afternoon. It's the 10th of December, I believe. And I'd just like to apologise if you've noticed I haven't been too active on the old YouTube of late. You know how it is, sometimes life gets in the way. I will get back to watching videos and commenting, but I've just had a lot on this week. I've had a couple of jobs I've had to do, and I've had to run my son to physio and help out the old parents a bit, and one or two other things, and just sometimes life gets in the way. Anyway, the reason for this video, well, there's a couple of reasons. Firstly, let me show you the broad beans I planted a fortnight ago, and as you can see, they're doing nothing. However, one or two are starting to poke through, so maybe that's a good sign. Maybe that means there's a root going on. Time will tell. In these 4 little pots here, I've got, if you remember the potatoes I harvested, I got 7.5 pounds of Cara potatoes from some that were supermarket bought. Well, 4 of them started shooting, so I've stuck them in these pots. Don't know if they'll do anything, could die, could rot, but maybe there'll be a quick leg up for next year's growth. Anyway, I'll show you the worms in a minute too, but the reason for this video is a little unboxing. This arrived today. It wasn't supposed to come today. It's supposed to come, I think, on the 16th, but anyway, it's here. Quite excited. I'll tell you what it is. I've wanted citrus for a long time. Wanted to grow citrus, so obviously my budget doesn't allow me to buy fully fledged grown trees, so what I've had to do is go down the cheaper option, the different route. And what I've done, I've bought a plug. Now this is called I think it's called a Yuzu. It's Y-U-Z-U is how it's spelled. It's a native of Japan, I believe, originally, and this is a plug plant. Cost me a £5, I think, if you can see that. It's only little, and so yeah, I'm excited to get it, but it's going to be a few years before I get any fruit off it, obviously. Yuzus are like a really bitter scented lemon apparently, but that sounds interesting to me. Anyway, along with it came a little bit of blurb. Thank you for purchasing blah 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 blah. And it says that it can be planted in normal peat-based compost. So I've got some compost out there. I'm going to whack it in a pot just to get it going, and then leave it in this greenhouse. So I'll go away and do that, and I'll bring you back. So the first thing I'll say is I'm quite surprised because Brett from Lionheart 84, he grows a lot of exotics. I don't know if you know him. If you do, if you don't, you really should check him out. In fact, I'll leave a link in the description below. Brett's an expert on all things tropical, in growing them in the UK, and I mentioned to him the other day I was getting a Yuzu, or whatever it's called, and he said it will need to go in, because I didn't know, I asked him, and he said it will need to go in ericaceous soil. Well, obviously I'm not prepared for that because I wasn't expecting it yet, but according to the blurb that come with it, it's fine to put it in peat for now. So in peat it goes. Well, it ain't peat, it's just compost, but in it goes. I've planted it with the soil it came with. I couldn't help but put it in the yellow pot because hopefully it's going to produce yellow fruits in about 25 years or so. Yeah, so there it is. Looks quite healthy. The leaves are okay. Don't even know where I'm going to leave it. Also, I was going to show you the worms, but there ain't much to show you because they're hiding, which is what they do, obviously. I mean, there's a few there. I don't know if you can see them, but they're not very active. But then it is cold. but the food I'm putting in is getting eaten slowly, so obviously they're okay. So I shall cover them back up again, put the lid on, because they don't like, well, it ain't they don't like, sunlight will kill them. I've also added this plastic just around the outside to give them a little bit of warmth, and then on top goes the broad beans and the maybe potatoes, and then the lemon, I don't know where, well, the yuzu, I think that's going to have to go over there for now, because that's a little safe haven. That's in with the nectarine that I grew from a pip, and in a year has turned into a tree. My persimmon, bay leaf, and the strawberries I grew from seed, and a pot with a few weeds in it by the look of it, and that's it basically. So I just thought I'd share that with you. I apologise again if I've ignored your videos, or maybe not got back to you from a comment, but I will eventually. It's just sometimes life gets in the way. Anyway, whatever you're doing, have a great week and enjoy yourselves.